Merry Christmas. Dang, that was cutting it close. Howdy, folks. I'm not sure where.
I, I'm here. I just forgot to do a bunch of stuff,
That's okay.
like post the link until after I went live and turn my camera on.
Hey, I still got here just in time.
Yeah.
Uh, but
Well,
that's the professionalism we try to roll with, folks. I'm inserting a shameless plug to explain why I'm here. I was just ordering a Advanced Crimson Dragon Slayer by Avenger Satanis. Was hoping his other books that he just wrote would be out, but they're not. But I'm in a game that's using Crimson Dragon Slayer, and I have no freaking clue what the rules are sometimes. So I needed to get it. It was $20, but uh, my uh, tied with first place top favorite writers of this year. So Avenger, go do your shit. Uh, do
yeah.
more shit.
And we all
Wait,
know your favorite writer is this guy.
I said game writer.
Shut up.
Shut up. Yeah, shut up, Mister Fucking. I don't even know what to say, man. Uh,
How far did you get into that degeneracy pile?
I didn't get anything done after we talked last night at
Oh
all.
yeah.
It was pretty late, and I got to get up early to wake the boy up. Oh dear God, the kid's a mess.
Boy.
Just being on time. And his room is a disaster. He's got his own bathroom, and I wouldn't fucking use it if my life depended on it. At this point, it's a mess.
Do you have your own bathroom?
No, I have to share one with grandma and anybody who happens to be downstairs. Uh,
No, I mean like in the bedroom.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But it looks like a freaking alchemist laboratory with Jackie's mom's shit. There's like no counter space available. It's just you name it, potions and freaking elixirs and freaking beakers and shit. It's crazy.
This keyboard I got is made out of the cheapest fucking plastic, man. I just noticed there's a break in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, well, you were talking about beakers and elixirs and
yeah,
tinctures of frog eye or whatever. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but in the dungeon you guys just exited, that being Caliban,
Yeah.
there was only three potions in the whole freaking place.
I did
Yeah, yeah.
notice.
Normally that's a in like regular D&D we're using some Arduin stuff, and
Yeah.
potions are like 90% of what you find. Not even joking. And scrolls, this give away the cheap crap, uh, and that's not how the tables actually pan out. Everything's just about an equal chance out of 1,000, which is like 1 or 2%, or whatever.
Yeah.
That you'll find any particular item. That's why I say healing potions are super rare because you're just not going to find them. You've actually been able to get more from NPCs than from finding them in dungeons because it's the most valuable potion there is, other than maybe treasure finding. Uh, you know, and even then, and you get them, you down them. You guys have been good about it because you didn't actually use any of the ones you've picked up, except Grim and a few other folks. Uh, Most of you have been able to hang on to them, but yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not,
think I have any potions. Don't use
I'm
them.
not going to babysit the players. When it comes to their healing, that's on them. You know.
For those of you that uh are more than the one person watching at this time, we are also now live on Kick. I'm just saying. I was telling Shannon that
I
the other
hadn't
day.
heard of Kick until you mentioned it. I think it was Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Uh, Never heard of it.
Yeah. It seems to be working okay. So
Uh, does it have like a specialty? Is it like a free speech thing, or is it a gamer thing, or is it a
I'll send you a link to the website.
okay?
You can look around. It's just
Did,
like
did,
one of those.
did you check out that YouTuber we were talking about last night?
What one?
Miniature Mashup.
Yeah, I checked it out while we were talking about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't go check out his channel. He's freaking retarded now. I don't know what he's done since then, but uh, maybe it's good stuff. But uh, spouting those kind of ideas are just so retarded. Just
What? You don't think 9-year-olds should be in charge of your political system?
no, no. They would literally, uh, in an actual democracy, being that they're the largest number in
Fuck
the
you.
population.
I want Ice Cream Mountain to be a real thing.
Yeah, you sure in Antarctica or Alaska somewhere where you
No,
could survive, maybe.
no. Build giant refrigerating units in the ground to keep it cold. Mm.
Yeah. Speaking of dumb snow, a couple of weeks ago we have this park.
Oh, there's someone in the green room.
There's this park. It's a block away. Hey, what's up,
Hello.
TCG? And
TCG.
there's this park. It's a block away, and it's got a hill that's, I kid you, less than 10 feet high. Right,
Yeah.
and they covered it in snow so kids could slide down it.
Now, you can get a decent toboggan on a 10-foot high hill. But who the fuck in California has goddamn toboggan?
We've got a couple of sleds, but and it's got a
Yeah.
slight incline, so it's not just like 10 feet straight down.
Yeah.
It's probably being generous, maybe 25 feet of sliding space, but you'd literally have to be like 4 to 8 years old to think it's anything other than lame.
Oh.
And it was funny because they had only covered just the exact amount to slide down. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a winter wonderland. It was like green, 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 and then this like 30-foot wide patch of white. It could have been a slip and slide for all the work they
Why
put in.
why would they do that? Like, what's the purpose? You're in California. Ride your
Well,
bike. The reason why we have toboggan in the winter is because you can't ride your goddamn bike.
Well, bikes, after or during COVID became pretty much obsolete or banned or something. During COVID, they literally in our WalMarts emptied the bike section and put police type tape blocking you out of that one section, the only section in the whole store, but the bike section.
That's
I don't know
fucking
why.
retarded.
It is totally retarded because good old fashioned fresh air and sunlight was a great thing. You could literally there was no reason to wear a mask if you're on a bike because in
You're
three
moving too
seconds you'd be
fast.
past any germ infecting people that might have been on the sidewalk, which wasn't a thing either. So you'd go out, get some fresh air. It's not like you could fly through a cloud of COVID or anything. It was just
He says that
weird,
as he
really.
coughs.
Yeah. Yeah, he also says that with obviously no medical knowledge.
Yeah,
What is-
no. They overblew its ability to stay on surfaces and shit like that.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
what I'm
Scaremonger.
referring to, not necessarily COVID directly, but if someone coughs and you're like less than 3 seconds away from his cough, you will go through his cloud of whatever.
But there was
Yeah,
nobody on the
It doesn't
sidewalk.
instantly dissipate. Oh,
But there was no one
okay.
on
Well,
the
that is
sidewalk.
I will say that is a totally different story. If there's nobody there, then there's nothing to get sick by.
And
Yeah.
since you're on a bike, you could see people, and you're supposed to avoid them anyways. So
That is true.
it was
Well,
just
my-
it was really
In my area, that wouldn't have been much of a problem because we actually have a lot of bike lanes throughout both on the main thoroughways and the cities.
Same
So,
here, same
Yeah.
here. That and of course,
He lives in
all-
California, TCG. They invented the bike line.
yeah.
okay, that's fair.
And there was just no reason, but there was nobody riding bikes except me and my son. I mean, even during his first kindergarten through 8th grade, he was the only kid who rode his bike to school. Okay, now in high school they have a bigger population and more kids riding their bike because admittedly I wouldn't let my son ride his bike to school K through 8th by himself. I went with him, but
Yeah.
once he got to high school, well, because he had to go through the desert and that was kind of sketchy. There was nobody there. There was a path, but it was like, you know what? we're gonna enjoy some
I don't
fun.
care, man. It's still gay.
How do you figure?
Do you think your parents wouldn't let you ride your bike to school?
My parents made me put my own bike together in kindergarten and
Yeah,
ride to
and
school.
that was the proper way to parent.
Yeah,
If you can't build it yourself, you walk uphill both ways in the winter.
yeah. But again, we live in California, and it was, at first it was like kind of a drag, because I had a trailer that I would pull in kindergarten to school, and then in later on we got this thing that hooked up to the bike. It was like another bike, so he was pedaling, and sitting on the bike thing, but it weighed more than my bike. But it was, I forget what they called it, like a co-pilot or something, and it would swivel, and it was like he was riding a bike, but I was doing all the work. uh it was kind of lame, and I gave it away.
Do you? The serious question here. Do you think you're making this sound more or less gay as you speak?
I'm just saying how it was.
You
I
should have
tell you
got the
this.
kid training wheels
Oh, he
until
had a
he was
bike with training
5
wheels.
years old, and then if he couldn't stand up on himself, he had to walk it like a little bitch. And he wouldn't be having these other problems you're talking about, where he can't get up on time and do
Oh no,
things.
that's from him either staying up too late or listening to his tablet or phone while he sleeps, and just being a procrastinator.
I was up until 3 a.m.
I was up at 3 a.m., but I wasn't up till 3 a.m.
I was up until 3 a.m. You were there.
Oh yeah, that was 3 a.m.
It was 2:30.
Oh
And then I was
wow,
up for another
shit,
half hour.
shit.
And then I got up at 9 this morning.
Oh,
Good job.
Justin,
So-
that where a text to speech speech to text program you sent me, I don't like it. It has a hell of a lot of filters. I cannot say Hitler. I cannot say gun.
What the website?
Yeah,
Okay. I just saw it, so I sent it to you.
yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I've been checking it out.
Okay,
You
that's
can't say
fucking
gun, really.
You can't
Yep.
say Hitler.
Yep.
What if you got to write a history paper about Hitler? How are you going to write a history paper about Hitler if you can't say
You
Hitler?
literally have to know how to spell his name, because it will not pop up on there.
That's fucked up. I know the one built into Windows. You have to turn on accessibilities. If you need
Yeah,
me to walk you through it, I will. I had to
Yeah,
walk
it's
Raven
funny.
through it.
It's funny you mentioned
Yeah.
that, because this morning I was saying because I started working on a poem that's a big clue for the next part of our adventure, and I wrote some lines down, but I wanted some help with it. So you have to show me something that I can use or recommend after the show.
Just go on ChatGPT.
Yeah, you think? Okay.
Yeah, you can use the free version of it. It's a poem, so it's not super long, right?
No.
It'll be derpy though, right? Like so have it do it a couple of times, and then
Yeah.
like
Because it is a medieval-ish fantasy setting, so it's got to be kind of if you know anything about poetry, older poetry is either really really good or really really like what the fuck.
yeah.
Between word choices and
Sentence structure
mhm,
are
things backwards, and almost like it's written in Spanish or one of the other Latin languages, Romance languages. Just
so we've been all over the place. Our fine friends over on Kick, our new secondary platform,
nice.
are going to be really weirded out by our talking like weirdos.
So
Get used
hey,
to it. We're your favorite show now.
crafting. How's Bruce's game, or how was Bruce's game?
It's fun. Bruce for his high level campaign is definitely running a murder hobo campaign, but
It's D&D
Okay.
or Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. Okay.
The game that we're currently playing that with Bruce that I'm playing is his own creation, but based heavily off of Pathfinder and stolen several things from other games. But that one we're playing more, for lack of a better term, a traveler game. It's more of a life game. Yeah, we have little things like right now we're trying to track down a demon, someone summoning demons, and a couple times we've dealt with a demon cult or a fae cult. But in general, we're living a normal life. We're not going through saving the world. We're just, oh, there's a little incident. We happen to show up where there's an incident happening, so we deal with the incident, and then that's it. And
Yeah.
I'm loving that type of story, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't have to be Link from Legend of Zelda.
Nobody has to be Link from Legend
Yeah.
of Zelda.
Hey, up to the point they demasculated him, he was a pretty fucking manly character.
Are you talking about Drawn Together or just in general?
Oh, for Link himself, I'd say just in general, because I have no idea Drawn Together. I didn't know Drawn Together had him on there.
Well,
yeah. He was the main guy.
He was
he was one of the main characters.
Oh, you're talking about the gay elf. That was not a representation of
Oh, that was
Link.
most certainly Link.
Oh yeah,
That was Link, bro.
he was a video game character on the eternal quest to save his girlfriend.
his
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Well, it was a girlfriend in quotes. He didn't finally come out of the closet, I think, until the end of season 1 or 2. I don't know.
I never saw the entire series. All I know is that every time I seen him, he basically admitted to being gay, like
You know, that-
openly.
That must have been after season 1.
That
It
was
was only
the
2
point.
seasons, but
But like when was there a masculine Link? Because I played Zelda 1 and he was kind of fruity there.
In Zelda 1, he's nothing more than a pixel that says nothing.
Exactly, and he was still fucking fruity.
We'll just have to agree to disagree. But
We'll just have to agree to disagree. The words of a person who knows they're wrong. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
sorry, I just heard. I was watching Andrew Bustamante. You guys might have heard of him, former CIA guy. That was talking about that, and I was just laughing. Yeah.
I heard TCG say, he said, we'll just have to agree to disagree. And I heard, I've got to get ready for Shadow's new movie.
Oh. So the reason.
oh yes,
instead
instead of Legend of Zelda, it's called The Adventures of Link.
Yeah. 'Cause
And lube.
he's just one link in a long ass daisy chain.
But all the other links are attached to him, one after the other.
Well,
Or maybe 2 or 3 at the same time.
I give him the benefit of the doubt that he's linked. Never mind.
He's on the fuck pew.
Oh, that's so gross. The reason I asked crafting is because we had a really good game last night as well, and
I killed everything
damn,
by myself. I killed a lich, his little bitch, and his dragon friend too.
Yeah,
So Justin's farted.
It was a good game. A lot of good feedback from the players afterwards, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And oh shit, we had 2 players unable to make it, and they will forever regret it. Talking to you, Raven.
I'm invisible.
And Grim, I know. And, Omen didn't even act even remotely,
But heard about that? Which
yeah,
was
it's
so
like I was
sad.
thinking he's like, oh man, but he probably, like I said, realizes well he could just get the spell himself and use it a little less,
Always.
a little less frequently and abusively than you, or annoyingly.
I'm invisible.
I gotta find that video. I'm an elf.
That's what I'm referencing. That is exactly what I'm referencing.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually getting further along with that Hobbit game than I expected to by this point because I have a bad habit of procrastinating.
Well, you procrastinate nowhere near as much as Shadow and I do with Cops and Robbers or whatever the fuck that game is called.
Well, that's admittedly holidays. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah, what about the 6 months before that?
Holidays, man. It's all about the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, so we did the Caliban dungeon from Arduin for Halloween. It ended 2 months later.
Yeah, literally like the week before Christmas, we're done.
Yeah.
But it's a 4-level kind of mega dungeon. They skip more than half of the whole place, which is fun because then they get to go back next Halloween for a rematch.
This bitch is mine. And when he says Halloween, he means like somewhere in January.
But yeah, I'm not looking forward to having to tell Grim about what he missed, but I'll wait until his heart's in a little better condition or whatever it is that's ailing him. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Off Grid didn't get too hammered.
Oh, he was smashed at the end of the night.
Well, I mean, any more than usual, but I mean, there have been a couple of games where he was like, "Huh,"
He was doing that. Like he was missing whole things said. And he gets all low talky and shit and mumbling.
Yeah, at
about
least he's
random...
not doing the Biden whisper,
Well, he just start rambling about paranoid conspiracy shit.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna have to videotape it.
Record the audio. It's just like it's like listening to a more schizophrenic episode of not Art Bell but George Norrie's Coast to Coast AM, and then putting the volume on like 2.
I don't know that I would put it like in that category. More of just reminding us, why his name is Off Grid.
Well, and the constant like, I got well water. I got well water. I got well water.
Dude, have you seen his place? He built that fucker from scratch in a year, dude. That's fucking amazing,
yeah,
dude.
well,
If my place was half that nice, damn.
Yeah.
I got well water, but I don't sit here and brag about it. It's like, The only time I brag about well water is when someone tries to brag about how nice their city water is. It's like, yeah, I got well water.
Dude, I would kill for well water right now.
I would kill for a nice bottle of Dasani.
And Mad Eye, man, Armstrong is such a hoot.
Yeah,
I have never met a more enthusiastic player in my freaking life. I mean, that guy just freaking brings enough enthusiasm for 3 more players. Just
only if it was spread across them.
Is it anything like Purr? Bear has said, and I have to agree with Bear. Bear has said more than once that Purr is sickeningly nice.
No. Armstrong from Mad Eye Miniatures, he's more just
gung-ho,
like a kid in a candy shop on a freaking 8 pixie sticks.
Okay, so he's more like brings the energy than he infects people with energy.
Well, I mean, his laugh is pretty infectious, and some of the stuff, just like you think he's like the sweetest guy, and then he'll hit you with something. You're just like, just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I actually did that to Bruce once during one of our games.
Yeah, Purr's a great guy too.
Yeah, Purr is. I have to agree. He could be say at least something negative at least once, dude. You seem overly positive.
It's the acid. Yeah, I don't know. I hate to be the guy that's like, I got the fucking magic items, so I'm all happy now, but
He got the magic items and he's all happy now.
Yeah,
He got some kick-ass magic items.
it's like, so I got this ring of Swift. What was it, Swift Transit or what was it called?
It's rapid transit.
Rapid Transit.
Let me tell a quick little story. It's
Right.
David A. Hargrave grew up in San Francisco, so the only identifiable feature on the ring is the initials BART, which is the Bay Area Rapid Transit System,
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah.
the ring is called the Ring of Rapid Transit that allows you to move 10 times normal speed.
Okay, so I went looking for this, and I accidentally found the list of items that were in the module,
The
and
artifact.
the artifacts. Because I was looking for the specific ring, and as I'm like scrolling past like the images looking for the ring, because I'm scrolling fast, right? So I'm not picking up any details. Shadow pops up an image of a horn, and my character has a horn, and I've been saying like since I got this horn, I want more horns. I have been saying that. That's been a thing. Al Bundy, my character Al Bundy, sits on his couch really well. Has been saying. Um, he pulls up this picture of a fucking horn, and I'm just happened to be scrolling past this fucking horn, and I just stop. Okay, I want that horn. And all I've read about at that point is the name, which is Dragon's Breath.
Dragon throat horn.
Throat. Dragon's throat. Um, and then I get it. The party gives it to me because like everyone gives me everything, or else. I'm nice with loot. I don't take things. So when I want,
Normally.
yeah, I was like, I don't fucking need shit. Leave me alone. So I get this thing, and Shadow's like freaking out because I was like, 5 miles, 5 miles, yeah, 5 miles.
Because he's reading the back of the card that has the
Yeah.
description of the item, but that's probably I assume it was also attached to the sheet that had the other 8 artifacts on it, right?
Yeah, this and the one right above that was the statue. And just as we turn around, we walk down a hallway, and it's like you see a statue with 6 arms and fire coming out of us. Hey, I recognize that. It's right there. It's just above the horn that I'm talking. God, it's like, man, it's like everything shows up in the last 10 minutes of the fucking module.
Well, because they're further, they're deeper down,
Yeah.
because not going to just hand you artifacts on the first level. Although there was, I think, one of the artifacts is on the first level, the Sonic Disruptor.
Faux Sonic Disruptor.
Yeah.
Because it's PUL Sonic Disruptor.
Full Sonic.
Faux Sonic, yeah, Faux Sonic.
It's pretty nasty, but it's also nasty in another way. So whoever gets
Yeah,
it,
I tried to tell Omen how to put it on after when you stepped away. I just get Omen how to put it on.
between you, me, and the lamppost, because no one's going to watch this crafting. If you put this thing on your hand, it won't come off,
Ah,
and it'll kill you in a year because of radiation poisoning.
Yeah,
lovely.
and if you look at the picture, there's no way for you to use that hand. It's now just a thing that a blade comes out of.
It's more like a instead of it having a barrel, it's got kind of like the barrel kind of looks like the more modern plugs for your devices, your phone and whatnot, your charger. It's sort of an oval lozenge sort of shaped aperture that pulsonic energy comes out of that'll just freaking cut through damn near anything, and you can just shoot it all day, but in a year
My
you're
first
getting
thought
charged.
when you guys started describing it was, especially being a level on level 1. My first thought, oh, it makes the opponent poop their pants. You know the old joke, the perfect sound affects your bowels and makes you poop your pants.
Brown note.
Oh yeah, Sonic. Okay, this is it right here. This is an arm,
Yeah.
and you see there's no fingers or anything, And yes, okay, I see the. It looks like a USB-C plug, but larger.
Yeah. So that's great if you know.
If you want to lose a hand,
Yeah, pretty much.
it's a glove.
It'd be great if you found a ring of regeneration. You know, put that on the other finger. Go, all right, guys, cut it off, quick. You know, and then you shit your pants because you just had a limb chopped off, and then you grow a new one. Of course, it's going to be the withered, wimpy little hand for a while, like in Deadpool.
Well,
You know,
no,
the
if you
baby
got a ring of regeneration, it just takes care of the radiation poisoning, so you never
hand.
die.
Yeah, maybe.
If you're smart, you put it on the hand before you put the glove on, so it's
Oh yeah,
locked on there and you can't lose it.
that's pretty smart too. Yeah. I'm just thinking though, you can't really wash that hand, so it's going to be pretty foul
Yeah,
smelling after about 2 months.
it's regenerating.
It's regenerating. Yeah, so you constantly have to freaking scrape off the flesh that's being sloughed off through the cracks in it. It's just nasty. But
No,
Arduous,
no, that flesh never dies because it's regenerated. You don't need to generate it anymore. You gotta think about these things. Just wash around the thing. You'll be
it's a
fine.
little early for me to be thinking about anything other than going back to bed. I literally did get like a 30-second nap right before the show. I like blink and the alarm's going off. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm up.
I took a quick shower, and I was really tempted to just like fill the tub and lie in it, but I realized I had like 4 minutes. Normally, I send out I send out the link right after posting the show, but I forgot to. That's why it wasn't there. Um, yeah. Okay. So, what else
Everybody
are we
ready for
talking about?
Christmas?
What?
Everybody got their yeah.
My hat.
Where's your you know your uniform hat? Uh,
My hair's still kind of damp, so that's why it's
no worries. Yeah, Jackie. Last minute for the parade that he was in Saturday morning. Uh, we didn't have a red and white. It had to be red and white. We have a whole bunch of other Christmas hats, but he had to go out last minute and buy a red and white hat for the parade because they were all wearing their cami uniform with Santa hats as they were marching for the parade. And he comes back from the parade with 3 hats, and I'm like, "You left with one. You have 3? Oh yeah, somebody was selling them at the parade." I'm like,
cheap.
"Yeah, I think you got the 2 for $10 or something." You
That's not
know,
bad.
no, I mean considering it's like from some stand along the parade grounds. All
Yeah.
right, well, so it's a smart idea for the seller to do that. There's all kinds of people hawking their wares and doing stuff. Even though there were like a ton of stores in the area, and before the parade, I managed to go run over to Harbor Freight Tools and grab more of those storage bin things that I use for storing stuff. And every time I buy those, Jackie's mom just fucking loses her shit because it's more
Wow.
stuff in the house. Our house is getting kind of full, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to put stuff that's cluttering the house into those things. Don't you understand?
How does storage
That's,
box work?
yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, so I can, put some more stuff away, and it's nice and safe, and they've got big cubbies that are slightly adjustable, and I usually put my bigger like Whiz Kids and Archon Studios and Shadows of Brimstone miniatures in there, or I can fit like 8 miniatures in one cubby, and they won't rattle around too much. I mean, I could throw styrofoam in there to keep them from bumping around, but it's not like I'm tossing them around. But it was just like, again with that. Come on, don't you understand? I'm trying to decrease the
Declutter.
clutter.
Yeah.
I have this mantle over my fireplace, and it's mostly occupied by D&D miniatures that I just haven't found a home for, and I cleared them all off the mantle for the chimney sweep guy, and I come back Saturday, and Grandma put them all back. I'm like, thank you, but I was gonna put those in the boxes. Now I gotta, what is
Oh,
it?
she must like them up there.
Well, I mean, some of them are nice. They're things, a lot of them, like we've got this chimney that we built for Christmas out of clay and a tea light. So you flick the switch underneath it, and the fire, lights up, and it's got like hot glue flames to make it look like fire. It looks really good. It's got a little Christmas stocking and a little wreath on it. Something we made a couple of years ago. So I leave it there, and then another thing I used with a tea light and a wooden birdhouse kit, but I turned it into a skull of thrones with a fire pit in front of it, and
she thinks it's your altar to
Moloch or something. Yeah,
La Luchador. How fucking those Mexican saints.
but I've also got some like I've got a John Carter pewter figure that's like 70 or 90 millimeters from
Like this big.
1975. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actual pewter made by the great Ray Lamb. While he was working for Superior Models. He also made a whole bunch of statues of naked women, and I have just about all of them as well. Most of the figures he made, they're all like 90 millimeters. There's Deja Thoris
I think I have that one.
and like Sif or somebody from Norse mythology, and some other like barbarian women and elven women, and then of course she's got a line of uh, just women posing in alluring,
Yeah.
situations. Nothing too pornographic. It's more like what you would see in the old pinups, from the 40s and 50s and stuff. And those things run about $100 a piece, and I haven't paid more than 10, 15 for any of them
Yeah.
over the years. There's a couple I'm missing, but I don't buy them unless they have the box as well.
Yeah.
I made one really stellar deal on them, where I got like 10 of them for about $100 plus some other stuff. Because someone was just selling a bunch of, a job lot, as they call it.
Yeah.
But I really, really do like those larger figures that are just, I suppose you could paint them, but they still look really good just in pewter.
You should. You should like practice elevating technique instead of just slapping color on
Well,
miniatures. And they're
for
pewter, so you can strip them if you fuck
yeah,
up.
I did get a couple that I did strip, and even being as gentle as I could, there's some cracks and crevices that the paint just, even with a needle when the stuff is still soft, I just can't get it all, and I'm not going to use a wire brush or anything. Uh,
Yeah.
and when they're painted, the value is significantly less, and I have duplicates of some that I
Well,
might do that with,
yeah.
but the like the mint set, that's not getting a drop of paint on it. It's just
Yeah. Well, it
that's
depends on how good of a painter you are. If you're a really good painter, it elevates the price of the model, not decreases it.
that's usually not the way most collectors look at things. And I was speaking of collectors, I was watching a video this morning about like toy collectors,
Yeah.
Hot Wheels and Barbies and stuff like that. Sorry about
Uh,
this, folks.
yeah.
And how kind of pointless it is, in a way. But I came up with an idea, um, to sort of um, mitigate that. One, I'm gonna thin out part of my collection and just focus on books, because books will always be valuable until they're illegal or until they rot away to nothing. But I was
Yeah.
thinking of
And,
if I
and that's the thing. If you're not collecting books that were printed in the pulp era, like the acetone paper
mm,
era, like books before acid paper still exist from like 500 years ago.
Yep.
1,000 years ago.
Yep.
Books
I've got
printed after the acetone paper era will last that long. So
mhm. But I had this idea, if I can swing the the game shop strip mall thing, before I croak, I was thinking, some of you guys out there in the D&D verse know about it was the Hobby Shop Museum, full
Yeah.
of Gygaxian and original stuff, but making a different museum with hopefully donated collectibles from people. Like for example, had Shauner thought ahead, putting his collection of certain things at least, in a little wing. Here's a little wall of so and so's collectibles, so that people could come in and look at, like a regular museum.
Wow. Uh,
Obviously, ideally it would be like a big place, because there is a museum uh, by this place called Hobby City in Buena Park. It's literally like an old Victorian mansion, just full of toys from all the way back to the beginning of this country, and believe it or not, they get a steady group of people coming in to check it out because it's near Knott's Berry Farm and Disneyland and things like that, and Movie Land Wax Museum. If you're in California for like a week, then you're staying anywhere near Anaheim or Buena Park. At some point you're not going to want to go back to Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland for the third or fourth time. You're going to
well,
check out.
Disneyland.
You can cover every single ride at Disneyland in 2 days. And if you're looking for something else to do while you're going to get lunch or something, Hobby City is a big area that's got like a little roller coaster and a train for the kids, and various shops, including the toy museum.
Hmm.
And nerds like us,
Five
sometimes,
bucks to walk in or whatever.
yeah, if that. I mean, now it's probably at least that, but still, if they'll let you take pictures and stuff, I know if I was looking for certain things, I might go in, take some pictures, and go, yeah, I want one of these, and now I can, look and scour the internet for another one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Especially,
know. I
like from the '70s and '80s, had some of the coolest freaking toys ever.
yeah.
Just unbelievably cool shit. Uh, even things you might not think is cool, as there was this remote control truck I think called Trax or something. It was like a tank, but you had to program on the back of it what you wanted it to do. It had buttons, go forward 10 feet, make a right turn, stuff like that. As just the beginning of the technological advancements that were put into toys. I mean, later there were
Yeah.
toys that you know weren't just the pull string to make them talk, and had different reacting
Like
elements.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Right. But there were some action figures that, if they came in proximity of another action figure, they'd start having like almost a conversation,
Yeah.
and
I
if
don't remember that.
if I think there were some Star Wars ones that did that, and I've got a John Carter one that does that. And if technology hadn't gone toward more digital everything for kids, we would be seeing some crazy shit. But it's kind of getting phased out.
Yeah, the lack of like physical innovation is sad.
Hmm.
I think a lot of that's coming back. Like a lot of that will be like popping up more and more with the 3D printing era. Like as more and more people like that technology is getting like if you get a bamboo filament printer, there's no having to fiddle with the device constantly. Like all the other ones before
It
that.
it has a feature that, well, they might have, it's a software feature, so they might have updated it out. But for a while, it had a feature where it didn't catch on fire, but kind of risked it because of the way it had its cooling system set up.
What the
But like I said,
bamboo?
yeah,
Uh,
that was a software, and that was several years ago, so it could have been updated out by now.
yeah.
I
Um,
haven't looked recently, but I know that I did see at one point like some 3D artists, I guess, were making the equivalent of action figures.
Oh yeah.
There are action figures. There are all kinds of like the ball jointed
Like-
dolls and shit
Yeah,
like
like
that are all over the
it's
place.
actually quite common. Like, oh,
Okay.
let's see if I can find the video. Hold on. Well, not to show right now, but to in the
Hey
shadow.
George,
You say-
It's
you got-
about a
links in the thing.
company that makes miniatures.
Yeah.
Let's see here, and perfect. And they actually make. Oh nope, that's the wrong one. They actually one of their processes is 3D printing, but not just for what you would think like, oh, this is how we make the model. No, one of their processes is actually selling a 3D print.
Yeah.
Well, imagine this: like you're a 3D printer, right? And you've got a kid who's beyond the stage where he's putting everything in his mouth, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, you could show your kid, okay, hey, you want a new toy? Let's make one.
yeah.
Let's design an action figure together. Then we'll print the action figure together, and then you paint the action figure, and then you go take it in your room, toddle the fuck off, and go play with it.
Well, it's not even like painting is all cool, but like um Bamboo has made their printers so like plug and like you just plug and play kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they also have the multi-material wheels that are
there
just
it
as
is.
easy, so it will print in multiple colors.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, that's cool too. I mean, I knew that
Yeah.
was a thing, but I was just thinking, another aspect, for me is painting,
yeah.
and obviously you're going to just get like the legs all red, or maybe the leg and the foot are two different colors, but you're
Well,
not going to
no. You'll get like the bicep is orange because the costume is, and then the rest of the arm is blue or whatever. It's not even the parts are like you can do a single thing in multiple colors.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Right.
because I know that you can get, I think it's Hero Forge or something where they're
Yeah.
printing in multiple colors, and if you think about it, okay, say you got your kid into it at like 5, right?
Yeah.
By the time he's 10, he could be designing his own shit.
Yeah. A lot of young people get into the 3D design or even
And,
the manipulating of things that are
and
like
and by the time he's 18, he can go to work like any company that's, mind you, this would be, 15 years down the road or so. There'll be a lot more
there'll be
places.
no places to work anymore. It's just yeah, but it's not even that. It's like electronics are so cheaply available now, assuming things maintain the way they are. That you could like, I want this action figure to walk. Well, like people on YouTube are already building robots that walk.
Mhm.
So how much easier is that going to be? How long is it until somebody just like puts out a kit that you can just like slap into an action figure to make it walk around? Right.
And think about like the other aspects. Okay, you've taught your kid by the age of 10 to, make things on the 3D printer. Well, holidays are coming around, or someone's birthday or Mother's Day. The kid, spends a couple hours and boom, prints some thing, whatever, for mom or dad or, his friends or a school project. You could literally have your kid, learning a very valuable skill set at a
Yeah.
very young age to where, yeah, college, trade school. No, I've already got, I'm already, I've already got a job lined up as soon as I graduate high school.
Well, like if you're already building that shit, it's just a matter of selling it, right? You don't have to like find a job. You just
Yeah.
I'm not a super big fan of the entrepreneurial society because that's a third world society,
Mhm.
but at the same time, small business is an important thing.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't even think about.
there's a distinct difference between I'm an entrepreneur and I own a small business. You know,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that. I mean, you could literally, if you started at 5 or 7, let's say, by the time you're 18, you could already have your own small business and a freaking room full of product waiting to be sold.
yeah.
As well as take custom orders and things like that. You don't even have to be making toys or anything. You could be making God knows anything.
Yeah.
Sculpt, art or things
Yeah.
like.
We know what you
Well,
would be making.
now, speaking of small businesses, the videos I just put in the Reckless Rant, The second one is more in depth, but they're about a miniature making process for a small miniature company that actually does all 4 types of miniatures. No, they don't do the 5th one, which is the hard plastic. They do the soft plastic, metal, cast resin, and 3D printed resin.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's Goober Town, so fuck that guy.
Oh yeah, fuck. What the hell happened to him? Fuck.
He's making a return, but he is boring as fuck. I tell you that. I don't have anything. I don't know what he did to make Justin dislike him, but for me, he's boring.
He's boring. He's fake, and I'm telling you, anybody with guns that big back in the day had a lot more testosterone flowing through his veins than he let on.
He was a school teacher, so. So
you know what I mean.
So right after George Floyd, he did a video that he took down right after about like 5 hours because he got such a backlash. Like he noticed his channel dropped, his subscriber dropped by like 30% in that 5-hour period.
No, I think that was the video that I unsubbed from as well.
Yeah, he was in a canoe,
yes,
going down a river,
yes,
and talking all about how BLM was a good and righteous thing, and everybody should join it and fund it and support it and be out there rioting because some coke rattled, drug fucked up retard had a heart attack, and his heart was stronger because he was on drugs that affect your heart negatively. Died from a heart attack after he was tackled trying to run from a cop who was allowing him to sit and catch his breath. Or like if you watch the full unedited George Floyd video, he said, "I can't breathe," and the cop opened the car door and let him sit sideways until he could catch his breath. And as they were off to the side huddled, he tried running. And that's why he got tackled.
He also tried to swallow a bunch of fentanyl, which didn't help matters.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
But he was on that shit before, because you've seen the video of him in the store dancing with the banana and the pack of cigarettes, like he's twitching out like fucking up on high on something.
Yeah, I did learn some good stuff from Goober. You know, admittedly, my recipe for making contrast paints I've shared numerous times and things like that. But you know, I could tell it was an act, and you know he was just too.
He knew his stuff, but like he talks like he's used to talking to fucking 5-year-olds because he was a school teacher.
It was like he was channeling either Mr. Rogers or the great Bob Ross, and you know when I saw him, you know he's pretty ripped, you know, and I'm like, okay, guaranteed he's hit the bag, you know, a few times at the gym, you know, and once you've done that a couple of times, you start losing that penchant for being, you know, a sissy boy. You know what I mean?
Not necessarily.
Okay, maybe muscle guys. I'm not even gonna go there, but
I've known a few muscle guys. Like this is the joke. I've worked at a gym. Like I've worked.
I didn't want to go there in the bathhouse and all that shit.
But, no, not even the bathhouse. You'd be amazed how wimpy those big guys are.
There are big guys like that like if they're not on roids and there is a subclass of guy that even if they're not gay is
what was that one video that they did?
They've got no test.
That video for Kamala Harris, you know, I'm man enough to vote for a woman video. Yeah, there was a couple of guys like that in there.
Yeah, I actually sorry,
no, that video was so fucking insulting.
Yeah,
like you say, TCG.
Oh, I actually knew one of those guys that he was bulking up to cover his lack of testosterone.
Okay,
trying to get test through working out. It does not always work.
Yeah.
Well, I'm mostly going by the difference I personally saw in Zuckerberg. You know, after he's been, you know, taking jujitsu and like that, you can see there's a subtle change. You know what I mean? he's still a piece of shit, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you can see that he's a little tougher and maybe not taking so much smack from the wife anymore. You know, just
I
saying.
don't think he ever did. He still wants to exterminate or enslave the rest of the human race for his people.
That's kind of based, you know. Just say.
Well, I don't want to be exterminated for his
Well,
people.
no,
America, king of the world.
I want to be at the top. You know, one man can't run it all. You know, give me a nice position. You
No,
know,
he doesn't want to be in charge. His people have a leader already. He's not a
right? Yeah, you know what I mean. Though I'm just clowning around.
the lizard people.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
what we officially call them, according to David Icke.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I had to stop watching his videos at that point because anybody who's that in good with the biggest miniature companies and getting that kind of free stuff, it's pretty much a done deal that you're also now a company man. So you
Yeah.
can't really get a fair opinion. It's like when I do reviews, I pay for my own shit. I don't get free stuff except for Arduin, and that's a completely different kettle of fish, so to speak.
Yeah, you work there.
Kind of.
I'm paid. Like
I-
proper labor.
I've actually been
You
paid
buy
for
it in a lot.
advertising.
Chop.
No, I have bought stuff from them, but they literally won't like take my money most of the time, And Jackie's been paid by them, and we'll get another paycheck in another month or
5
so.
minutes later.
And they put
Sorry,
our name on the map. There's literally a Shadow and Sun Mountain on the Arduin map, which is, dude, I would have done everything I've done just for that, and I'd keep doing more because that's a kind of immortality.
And he finishes this sentence off with "Yes, massa."
Well, they are the only game that does have slaver as a character profession. That was an original thing. They had slavers as character classes, and Justin's brain is going, "What? I want to make a new character."
My character already owns enough slaves. Okay.
or what was I picturing? Justin's like, "Hey, Shadow, remember that conversation about the bard? Yeah, fuck that. I'm going to be a slaver now."
So do I have to follow the thief route? Do I have to I was looking at the thief section a bit last night in ADMV. Yeah, no. I'm just like, because I got another level, and then I got to do it before or on level. I got to do it on level 8. I think it said. So I could probably go up to level 8 and then switch.
Become a thief. And then you go to thief to whatever level it says, and then you do a little more training, and then you start being a bard. Yeah.
And if I understand, it's worded like this is why people hate Gygaxian fucking writing, because it's still in here. Is like it's worded in a way to suggest you're actually in training to be what's that thing Cal's playing?
A
druid.
Yeah.
You're actually in training to be a druid. You're just acting like a bard.
Yeah, well, it's like this. In addition to wizards,
I don't want to be no fucking druid.
Druids have some of the most worldly knowledge, other than just pure book learning. They know all the like prepper skills, the survival skills.
Preppers, they're gay.
The animal lore, the plant lore, first aid, stuff like that, and gathering of stories, and who other than druids would have that kind of knowledge. So it's the closest equivalent. You're not out there doing the shaking the mistletoe in the moonlight kind of crap. You know what I mean?
Hey, I shake plenty of mistletoe in the moonlight, motherfucker.
Well, as long as you're not doing it alone and it's with a consenting adult, I'm okay with that.
Just one?
Well, I mean, I don't know how degenerate you're willing to go. I have
I've already been gathering a harem, bro. I've already been gathering a harem.
But you are going to learn and have access to I think up to 5th level druid spells, which is fucking badass. Look what freaking Cal's been doing, and he only has 3rd level spells, but look what he's pulled off. You know,
I don't want no spells.
you don't have to use them; they're there. You know, being able to do a cure
I'm
light wounds
invisible.
every once in a while is not a bad thing. I'm just saying.
TCG, you were about to say something before.
Oh, well, that was something from way back there. But what I can say right now is I have been enjoying what Bruce lets me do with the magic in his game. He's been letting me make spells, and I look back at most of the spells I've made. There's a few combat spells. Most of it is utility magic.
Utility magic.
Oh, yeah,
we were
like-
talking
Always
about
good.
that last night. Utility magic
Yeah,
is
like-
very important.
Yeah,
And like an excellent example, I made spells for like detect metal, but unlike in the game version where it's 60 feet and you're meant to detect small amounts of metal, this is you take hours to cast the spell, but you're detecting something in a miles wide radius. So you can say, oh, well, there's metal over there. We might want to go dig up over there.
Mm-hmm.
I would have no problem with that being a thing.
And neither did Bruce. In fact, he liked it.
AD&D does actually, you know, it's the first game that lets you do that, make your own spells.
Nice.
It's just, you know, it's not like Harry Potter where you do it on the fly. You got to do some
Oh,
book
yeah.
reading and some research
Well-
and have a minor library somewhere that you
Well,
can,
the
you know.
thing with Harry
in-
Potter is it's got, for lack of a better term, video game magic.
You have to learn it, but once you learn it, you can do it in that universe, which I kind of like in some circumstances. But it's wand magic, right? It's fucking it's old school wand magic, not it's not Lord of the Rings newer style magic. It's old.
I'm trying to picture what you mean by Lord of the Rings magic, because like Gandalf hardly ever casts a spell.
Well, like
You know
the
what I mean?
magics that are in our literature from Lord of the Rings forward.
Oh, okay,
Lord
yeah,
of the
it's
Rings,
definitely
like
forward.
That's the time marker.
Yeah.
Where she's going for like the old school like hedge witch,
Mhm.
like ooh, crap.
Yeah.
Maybe the odd Eye of Newt tincture, because they had that too, right? There was a cast for that, a class for that in that book series.
Okay. Yeah, I've never read a Harry Potter book.
You'd like them. You'd like them.
I just didn't like some of the stereotypical imagery that I kept seeing. You know, Harry
Well,
Potter.
it's a kid's
itself-
book.
Yeah. You know, and I don't like the idea that you have to have a wand for everything. That you know, my favorite magic user was probably Doctor Strange. Believe it or
Trust
not.
me. Read the first book. You will like it as a nice little kid story.
Yeah.
You can probably find it on YouTube or whatever.
The one thing won't bother you too much once you realize why they have to use wands.
Yeah.
I mean, I can give a little spoiler if you're curious, Shadow.
Yeah. Save me some trouble.
Without wands, they're basically casting wild magic, and I mean
Yeah.
D&D level wild magic. They have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. It just happens.
It's a focus.
That's what I assumed is that you're funneling and focusing the power through the funnel, which is the wand, and therefore it would stand to reason that your wand would only allow you to do certain kinds of things. You know what I mean? Like it's a fire wand, so you can do all kinds of different fire magics through it.
No. The wands are tied to the user for the most part in that story, not the magic being done with them. They're
Okay.
like literally
So-
your personal focus.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
so-
are.
So
the
it's
way-
more like a psionic item, actually. Then.
Yeah. No, actually, I'd say it's more of a what is it? What is it called when you have to?
Or a phylactery from a lich.
Yeah, that would actually be far more appropriate because these
Yeah.
wands choose you. You, the wizard, does not choose the wand, and your wand is almost a part of your soul. When it dies, like they don't say it in the movies, but there's something my mother said. If your wand gets killed in the book, you know it.
Yeah, that's very, very. That goes along the lines of a lot of
if you're
psychic teachings with crystals and
Yeah.
attuning
If your wand is
oneself.
broken, it can take some shit out of you. But you can get another one, right?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and there are some like there's a big plot line about this one wand that was owned by a particular wizard. Um, that grants like extra strength to
The
Yeah,
Elder
because
Wand.
I'm a big fan,
yeah.
obviously, of magic items. I like the idea of handing something down. You know,
Yeah, and that's the case with the one wand at the end.
Well, that has happened with several ones. Like if I remember correctly, it was either Ron or the blonde that everybody loved to hate.
Luna
Started with a D.
Lovegood.
No. Oh crap. The one that was basically Harry Potter's rival throughout the entire book series.
Malfoy.
Malfoy. I was excuse me, because Draco Malfoy. That's why I was thinking D. Draco.
Yeah.
Draco. It was either Draco's or Ron's one was actually passed down through the generations.
Yeah, I think Ron's was a hand me down wand, and that's why it always was backfiring on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the lore's a little like mixed on that. Like it's like they try to do it, but then you have something like the Elder Wand, which is like you just kind of win it.
Well, the Elder Wand is also a very, very picky wand. It will not serve someone who is magically weak. If you prove yourself to be better, remove a wizard's wand from his hand, which I know from my parents in the book is a sign that you are actually stronger than the other wizard, because you can't do that if you're weaker than him.
You have to take specifically the Elder Wand. It serves whoever took it from the previous owner.
No, it actually, well, in the movie, I should say, it serves
No,
whoever,
in the books.
Oh, in the books?
In the books.
And I think
it serves whoever took it from the previous owner. So you can't just like pick it up. You have to like win it in combat from the person
that's the way the
fighting.
movies played it off.
I think there is a weird chain of custody at the end of the last few books or something. I was like watching a video about that, like who's actually the wielder.
Well, accordingly, Dumbledore wasn't actually the wielder. In the movies, they made him off the wielder, but apparently Dumbledore owned the wand, but he didn't wield the wand because it was too powerful even for him to properly control. But he was buried with it, knowing, with his weird sense of premonition, knowing what would happen to the wand in the long run.
Where like that was the thing. They tricked the wand by Dumbledore losing a fight to Malfoy, not Malfoy.
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 And in the movie, it was Malfoy. I won't say
Yeah,
for the book.
and then he got the wand back, not through combat, was buried with it. So when he was dug up, it was taken. What's his name? He who shall not be named. Thought he was getting it free without hassle, but it was still owned by Malfoy, right? So
yep.
Yeah.
And then Harry defeated Malfoy super easily.
Yeah. Because Malfoy's a punk ass bitch.
So when I do like a very informal story game with my kids, they love Harry Potter. So like we'll do like, okay, what are you, half blood, full blood, mud blood, and then they pick, oh, I'm a full blood, or I'm like, my parents are just muggles, and just random chance, or my mom's a muggle and my dad's a pure blood, and we'll sort of like that. We'll kind of play that as kind of a background, and then we'll do the wand picking. I just ask them what kind of magic they want to do, and then the wand picks them. But then like it'll have like some kind of specialization. Like
I love it. You're teaching them the one drop rule.
What's the one drop rule?
Are you an octoroon?
Squib. You could be. Oh, you can't really play as a squib because that'd be boring. Yeah, sometimes you do that. Like the parent is a squib. Like, that's actually most common. They'll have something where it's like they're like magic was like sort of like a few generations back, and now it's come back again.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then in the case of like a little story game, we'll like make the wand kind of be their class in a sense. So but the wand picks them. So it's like, that'll like be a guy that specializes in potions and things like that, or there'll be a character that specializes in transfiguration or something.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun, but we never really get. Well, the last one I did was really fun with they.
That's the thing in the magic system for Harry Potter. You aren't like railroaded to a class in
Yeah.
Magic. You're just like whatever you learned, whatever you chose to learn. So
Yeah,
if you chose to learn how to make healing potions, you make healing potions. Doesn't mean you know much about other potions. You
Yeah.
took the class, but like you forgot all that shit because it was in grade school.
the other thing is there's at least from the lore, if you're trying to adapt the lore to a game, it's like, oh, you're like a high school kid, but you have basically the most powerful spell option. You can do a Patronus to somebody, and that's
Harry
like,
Potter RPG.
yeah.
I'm checking to see if there is one.
Oh, that must be.
There probably is. Actually, I think somebody said there is, but it's crap.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that in a heartbeat. Oh. Okay, you guys keep
I think
talking.
cool to just adapt the concept of like a wizard school and make that a setting and come up with your own magic system. But like
Yeah.
the wands is a complicated thing. That's sort of like you said. It would be hard to adapt to a. Well, I guess you could probably adapt it to an RPG. Maybe that's why
Well,
you go to that
In
school
the end,
and
it's
get the
actually
wand.
pretty. The wands are actually, I'd have to say, the easiest part to adapt to the RPG. It's simple as with the wand, you can cast magic. Without the wand, you cast wild magic.
Or like
It's
Cool.
limiting what the players can do with the wand. That's going to be the issue.
Yeah.
yeah, it's wild. Like you got to roll on the D100 chart of
Yeah.
of what the fuck happens, and it's weak though, right? It's not super strong.
Yeah.
And if your wand gets broken, it's like how that the NPC, the dragon NPC, got hit by that lance shadow
Yeah.
in our game.
I
He lost his levels. You'd lose levels for getting your
Oh,
wand broken.
yeah, the javelin of devastation.
Yeah.
The yellow dragon got hit with this javelin, and it drains you of levels. So he got drained of 6 levels or hit dice, which would is so devastating if you think about it. You got a 10th level character, and he gets hit with that javelin. He's now a 4th level character. I've seen players crumple up their character sheet and leave the table for less than that. You know what I mean? I lost 2 levels. Oh, I'm out of here. I lost 4 Constitution points in OGGM's game last Saturday because I got hit with a plague, and I'm still there. But it's freaking nasty. And in the item description, there's actually variable levels of intensity, but in the module it says 3 max power javelins of devastation, and the little elf that hit their dragon friend with it, still got blasted out of existence, and they recovered 2 of the javelins. So they've got something, like, oh, it's a demon, or it's a freaking vampire, or a high level wizard. Fucking hit it with the javelin. Suddenly you can't cast like 6th, 7th, 4th, and 5th level spells or something. It's like, what the shit?
Oh man, I don't think my GM would do that to us.
No, this is this is a leftover from 1978, 79. White box edition Dungeons and Dragons. Arden was a supplement for it, and he just freaking went crazy with the stuff that could and would happen in his games. And
Well, there is this long-standing joke that Gygax actually hated players. He loved making the game, but he hated everybody who played it.
I don't believe that for one millisecond. A guy who runs a game with 20 players and sometimes up to what 40, 50 different players every week in and out of games. I can't picture that. That was a guy who freaking loved to be, center of attention.
George, can you mute your or not mute? Twist your mic away from your nose.
Oh,
We're
okay.
just hearing every exhale.
All right. Oh, is that better?
Much.
Exhale. Let me. Yeah. We can't hear you. It's like
It's like my nose is so big. How can I be far enough?
yeah. I try to. I have the same problem every now and then, but I can't hear it because it's my audio. So.
Yeah, you know, I in retrospect, I probably should have asked for a microphone for Christmas, but I didn't.
Yeah, your audio's fine.
What you need, Shadow, is something you refuse to wear, which is headsets.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Get like one with cat ears.
No, that's also
Bright-
not going to happen.
Bright pink cat ears with a purple inner layer.
And neon lights, they glows. They're
Well,
always
now I know what you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
for your
yeah.
birthday crafting. I'll see what I can do.
Hey, I am manly enough to wear pink.
I have never worn pink in my life. I don't think I own anything pink other than paint.
Well, I don't own anything pink
I-
either, but I've worn it.
I used to always wear a black and pink ball cap.
Yeah.
It was black bill, black on top, and had pink sides.
Oh no, I do actually own. They might not exist anymore. Come to think about it, but
Bright
I
pink
do.
too.
Go ahead.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
not
no.
true. That's not true. I do own something. I'm actually I've never told anybody, but I had an ex-girlfriend and she was into blades, so I got her a katana, and it's pink, not the blade, but the
handle.
scabbard,
Wrapping, yeah.
the scabbard and the handle, and it's still in my garage on my sword rack. Because when we split up, somehow it didn't end up in her possession, and it's still in my garage.
Yeah, 'cause she
it's
didn't
just a
actually
wall.
want the thing.
What?
She didn't actually want the thing.
She wanted all the other blades.
Mm.
It was just probably too big, you know, or just in the heat of the moment kind of thing, you know. I've got so much weird crap from exes. I got a freaking Bananarama CD somewhere in the garage.
It's a cruel summer.
You know you're allowed to throw things away, right?
Yeah.
You see, here's the problem with Shadow. You need to put these two words together: horde and
Yeah,
Get
Shadow
it
was
right.
talking
Get it
about.
right. Pronounce it right. According to Jackie's mom, I'm a holder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the word hoard doesn't exist in the Spanish language because they can't, afford to hoard anything.
Shadow was talking about buying containers earlier. It was so he could store all the cellophane wrapper he's pulled off of products because he's not allowed to throw it away.
No, but I am actually thinking of retiring most of my Pringles lids to the dumpster because I haven't used them since I started buying those silicone fidget poppers that work way better. I haven't had to wash one yet because I just pop off the dried paint into a trash can. Game changer.
Yep.
Thanks, Uncle Adam. That was I was like, oh my God, this is great. I've even got one that's a Boba Fett head with a whole bunch of little poppers on it and a couple of reservoirs that I can mix larger amounts of paint and stuff. It freaking great. Just,
Let's see here.
The only problem though is
Dollar Tree.
because the reservoirs are really small. They're about the size of sticking your finger in something. A little tiny little reservoir. The paint dries really fast because I only put a couple of drops. It's like, okay, hurry up and use the paint.
Add some water. I will be back in a minute.
Well,
You guys
if
can
it's
talk.
regular paint, I still use a wet palette. But if it's a speed paint or something like that, I use that.
That's almost all I'm using right now is speed paint. I use my speed paints for like base coats, and then I'll use my other paints for dry brushing now, unless it's a specific like metallic color or something like that. But for the most part, and because I haven't painted much in the last 2-3 months, I did do some painting this weekend. A lot of my paints, I have to shake the shit out of them. I went to use an army painter paint, and the medium was the first thing that came out. I'm like, what the shit? Haven't had that happen since I bought this stuff.
Yeah. I bought. I know I told you and Justin at some point. I bought some of the Army metal the previous version of Army Metallics. You know, where they actually had a bunch of good colors instead of just hard metallics.
Like green and blue.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that set is gorgeous.
yeah, what I got was pure putty.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Mine, they came pretty toothpastey when you first got them, but uh, the cool thing about them was they were so dense that you could literally add a lot of water it down, and do 2 or 3 coats, and you got a sparkle and a color that's hard to match.
Yeah, mine's past that point of type of saving. I know I put some thinner in and it didn't work, but
Uh,
if I take small little bit, I've discovered if I take small little bits out at a time, I can mix just a tiny bit of uh, not CAU, cement, plastic cement. It'll temporarily. I found out also the hard way. If you put it in one of the jugs, it'll just turn it into goo. But if you just do that real quick in a pallet and then quickly use it before it has a chance to melt the plastic, it reconstitutes it enough it's usable.
I what I used to do when I had paints do stuff like that was I would like pull some out, put it in another bottle, and add like water to it. But I would chop up the paint, because it's like you said, like
Yeah.
a putty or something, and just chop it up into as many pieces, and then like take those pieces and also jab them with a toothpick or a needle, so that the
Yeah.
water, like turn it into like a sponge, so that it could absorb the paint. I mean the water,
Yeah.
and just keep at it. I've literally got some glow in the dark paint because it glows in different colors, not the typical green. And when I open the container, it's it's hard now, and I'll just jab it with a toothpick a bunch of times, add some water, and keep going at it, and it'll come back and turn back into paint. As long as you don't let it like completely air dry to where it's hard as a rock, then you can turn it back into paint. And I bet even if you took like a chunk that was rock hard and put it in enough water, eventually it would turn back into paint.
Yeah.
Or something like paint.
Well, I don't have any empty bottles at the moment, so I couldn't do it that way. But still, my method will do for the moment until I can get something that'll actually save them. But I am still hunting for a box that actually is good. It's just I don't order paint in the winter.
Good. That's a good policy. Your local Dollar Tree or dollar store will have like glass bottles with either cork bottle stoppers or actual screw-on caps. And
Sorry,
those,
Raven, you'll have to wait till Justin gets back.
yeah, we can't let you in, but you're always welcome. He'll be back shortly. And those little glass or plastic bottles that you can get are not just good, for like paint, but you
Yeah.
can store, bits and pieces of things or different grades of sand and flocking. Because like if you buy grass flocking, if you sift it, you'll get to the stuff that's like really fine, and then you'll still have stuff that won't fit through the mesh of the sifter. Okay, no worries, George. We'll see you Wednesday, I guess. But you can like separate your flock into different grades of coarseness or thickness or size or.
I've got. I purposely leave it as is because it's got a nice mixture. It actually looks like a mixture of gravel and sand when you put it on your average miniature base.
Mhm.
Large gravel, but still gravel.
Yep.
But it actually came from a pay dirt well, and I got most of.
Is it what?
A pay dirt well.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
got
I
most
do it
of
too.
the good stuff out of it, but but I'm willing to bet right now it's a fake pay dirt well. It's like they fill it with stuff because pay dirt well, a fucking pre-made arrowhead.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, you guys filling this dirt with stuff. Mind you,
See,
I'll still order more from them simply because it is amazing dirt for this purpose.
I get all my sands and gravels and stuff locally. I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's not too many places I can go locally to get that kind of stuff. I mean, the only two beaches I could think of that actually has sand, you're not allowed to take sand from. Most of what's around here is either clay or
I'm sorry, guys.
large river rock beaches.
Do you have a playground?
Not anywhere. Oh no, the only programs I know of don't have sand. They have the either
Green
the
stuff? The
no,
foam?
it's bark. Oh, bark
Oh,
around here is dirt cheap, so it's bark.
okay. Yeah. The bark's good for a lot of things. A lot of people like to make fake rock out of it. I'll
Oh
just
yeah,
go get rocks.
I got a lot. Well, what I do with my bark is I don't use it to make fake rocks. I use it to make whole bases, but that's because it's got this. With a red fur I use, it's got this real lumpy technique. It really does look after you paint it. It looks like maybe I should paint it up a little more like that. It looks kind of like a blasted ground that has there's different chunks of just it's. I've been meaning. I keep forgetting to, but I've been meaning to send you a chunk of red fir bark for your terrain pieces.
Nice. Yeah. I also like a lot of times when I get rocks, I have to smash them. So what I do is I
Yeah.
put them in a couple of Ziploc bags and then hit it with a hammer. And
Oh, yeah.
that sand or powder or whatever, I'll save that as well
Oh yeah.
for filling gaps when I'm working with that kind of rock.
Well,
Uh, but I've got all kinds of places I can get gravel here
Uh,
and sand and
it's
tree roots are a good one.
Yeah, some other thing I've been wanting to send you. I got to see if I can find this though. It's a type of bark that when you break chunks off of it, it looks like slate, which is a really good if you want a lightweight replacement for slate type rocks.
I actually can get slate here, but well, I don't know if it's slate, but we've got a riverbed, and so sometimes I come across these rocks that are like
Yeah.
as flat as you could possibly want them and not look fake.
Oh yeah.
And I save those for specifically for like miniature bases to put it on the base and then have the miniature standing on that or the
Oh yeah.
monster
Well,
or things
uh,
like that.
I would send it to you under the purpose of okay, I don't want this mini to be as heavy as a rock would make this, but this will work as a good rock replacement.
I actually
Is
kind of like
the weight?
because I'm a metal guy, from
Oh
way
yeah.
back. So sometimes when I'm fiddling with a
Raven might be
plastic
still here.
miniature, it's so light. The miniatures are so light that they can tip over really easy.
Uh-oh.
So I don't mind, adding real rock, real sand, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially to terrain pieces, it just gives it a little more sturdiness without having to,
Yeah. Buy my
Washers.
camera's frozen. No, buy a single tile of slate and put it between two towels,
Mhm. Like I was saying, I get this rock that's like slate. Maybe it is, but it's
Called schist.
It's just that sounds about right actually.
Yeah,
I'm not a rock
it's
expert,
schist.
but I am a collector, so I have a
she's a rock expert.
so I have some knowledge about rocks.
Raven is a rock expert.
I'm a rock hound from old. Geez, that's like my first hobby. I used to go clear back in like second grade. Been my passion for a long time.
Okay.
I'm a total nerd.
Just for me, your picture is frozen.
I think he's also muted. I think he just got a phone call.
Oh, I thought that was
fix it.
Raven.
He'll fix it when he comes back. No.
I'm so used to Raven's cell phone going off. I forget. That was Raven.
Yeah, but mine
Yeah.
sounds like a bird. Mine's a
Am I-
raven call.
Oh, there's my camera.
Today's
Now it
been a
works.
day for lots of phone calls.
Yeah.
When I took my headphones off to go to the bathroom, I put it on the cell phone that I use as a camera, and it hit the shut screen off. So I had to wait for it to reconnect, and then I just got a phone call.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
Yeah, Raven, you missed a great game last night. Just
I'm
saying.
sorry, I had a class to teach.
what time did it get out at?
My class ran pretty late, 10:30 my time.
We were still playing. You're already an hour behind. It's 2:30 for me right now. What time is it for you?
1:30.
Yeah, okay. So you're only an hour behind me. We ran much later. So that was 11 because that's the time we normally end at 11.
Mm-hmm.
So we ran for like another hour and a half, 2 hours after that.
Oh, I just figured it was too late.
Nope, I sent you a couple messages because I didn't want you to miss out, especially on the last battle. Oh my god, freaking that was a nail biter.
I'm invisible.
I've heard all about. I'm invisible. How do you say it? I'm invisible.
Uh, so I found another ring and a horn. I found another horn.
Oh, really? Another horn?
Another horn. This horn does something different though.
What's it do?
We'll get to that with the story. So the ring I found first, is what was it? Rapid transit.
Yes.
Rapid transit. So it allows me to run real fast. Not
While you're
flash
invisible.
fast, but while I'm invisible.
Oh my god!
With my new horn.
What's
A
your
new horn that I'm allowed to blow 3 times a day.
It's so OP.
It's so OP. I'm invisible, and then there's just dragon's breath coming from wherever I am 3 times a day.
Oh my god!
Random dragon's breath. Right?
How cool! Well, you're just too cool for the rest of us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have
about
got
that.
nothing that can compare with that.
I killed a lich and his bitch and his pet dragon too.
Oh my god! So now you're invincible? That's scary.
No, he's not invincible. Not even close.
Well, how are you gonna find him? He's invisible.
Yeah,
I'm
he's just
invisible.
detective
fast.
visibility, true sight, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I'll be like, you can't see me. I'm invisible. And see. The guy's like, I got true sight. I'm invisible. This is whole beside. No, you can't. Yeah, there are things that can see through invisibility.
Oh yeah,
But
most
can
dragons.
you eat cake while you're invisible?
Fuck yeah. I'm not invisible to me.
That would suck if you were.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd have to take my invisibility ring off.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm visible now. You guys leave me alone.
Oh, you get yourself in all kinds of trouble with that.
Yeah, especially since they found like a magic item that only women can use, and I'm like, well, she wasn't here, so I guess maybe she don't get it.
What is it?
Raven, you want there's another ring in the pile of loot that if nobody picks up, you want it. It's called the Faux Sonic Disruptor.
You don't want that, Raven. You don't want that.
What the hell is a bosonic disruptor?
Exactly.
You don't
like
you don't
it.
want it, Raven. It's a cursed item. You don't want it.
Raven,
Okay.
Raven, there's a really nice ring called the Ring of Demons.
No
Yeah,
thanks.
that's
You
what
don't
it's
want
called,
that
right?
either. You don't really want that either, because like on the third try, you pretty much are turning into a demon permanently.
Of demon power, demonic power. Sorry, the Ring of
You know,
Demonic Power.
you're literally a demon, and I take your character sheet and I now run it.
You let her run it.
Yeah, Grim's gonna be just.
Yeah, that's why she's great. She puts the ring on, and then Grim attacks her, and then Grim dies. That's my friend Raven in her new disguise. She polymorphed.
Yeah.
asshole.
There was another magic item that I did not put in the. Well, you guys didn't come across it. You actually walked right by it. It's called a Ring of Ruthlessness, right? It bumps up like all your stats like by 5. I'm not even joking. It's like crazy, right?
I think I might need that.
It
No,
makes
you already got enough.
It makes you really, really, powerful, right? However, it also makes you completely, thoroughly evil. And if anybody disagrees with you, you kill them or try to kill them. And you
Yes,
even
I
get
want that.
You also get bonuses to do
You
that.
just do that.
Yes, I want that. That's the one I want.
Yeah, and
Don't
then when the
argue
party
with me.
kills you, you have no one to blame but yourself. I mean, it's just like literally like saying, "Yeah, I want to disrupt the game because I'm bored. Here,
The
have
object.
this. You're now my puppet and minion of mayhem. So now that everybody wants to kill you, so you give it to your least favorite player, and then they start having to do these things like, no, we're gonna do it my way. What? You disagree with me? and then
Could I
they
kill
kill
Justin
you.
with it if I wanted to?
You could try, but
Well,
I'm
no, the thing
invisible.
is, it doesn't give you hit points. So, Raven, you've got 31, and the Hobbit's got like 80. So you start like swinging on the Hobbit, and
Justin.
he just like bitch slaps you
She
for
said
40
me.
points.
I got
You don't want that.
36. She
I
said
was
she
just
wanted to kill
curious.
me.
I didn't say I was going to, or that I
I have no
wanted
problem
to.
with
I'm
it.
just curious.
I'm
Fucking-
just saying, you get all ruthless and shit, and I'd be invisible and fast, and then I'd blow my horn, and then my other horn. So you got to deal with like 5 to 10 dudes while you're on fire. Because even the shittiest dragon breath would kill your character instantly, Raven.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's no, it's and the you know, uh, mind you, I was doing it from memory, but I wasn't like fudging it. Especially like with the last one when you rolled sleep, I had no control over that.
Yeah.
What particular dragon breath came out at that moment
Yeah.
was just like
So what happens is with the throat of the dragon or dragon's throat or whatever it's called, that's the horn.
mhm.
I roll a d6 to see what type of dragon is, like the alignment, and then I
Yeah,
roll a
that's what I
d10 to see how powerful that dragon is on the scale of dragons for that alignment,
Mhm.
and then Shadow rolls to see what breath weapon it is if there's more than one. Usually it's just fire or ice or whatever, right? Or
Right.
acid. So I rolled it one time to fight. What was the first thing I did it against?
I think it was the Spectre Mage.
The Spectre Mage, and that thing got fucking toasted. I'm the one that killed that, right? Or was it like I knocked half its life away, and then
You damaged it somewhat.
yeah, and then we were at the final room, right, where there's this
Lich
spider
and-
thing and Lich
Oh.
and its minion, its bitch, right? So the Lich and its bitch, which is like a green goblin thing, we're up on a balcony watching, and I used the horn again there, and it was a sonic weapon, so it caused a cave in. So I destroyed half the fucking tower.
Cool.
But using the horn causes all dragons in 5 miles to come towards you.
Oh.
So all the dragons in the tower were trying to get to me, and then okay, so you weren't there for the fire dragon, the hell dragon, were you? You missed that
Mm-mm.
session. Okay,
No.
we came across that in a room up, and it further up in the tower, and
It was the
behind
yellow
me.
dragon that I was there for.
Yeah,
The first one.
yeah. we came across that and decided to like say, nope, we're not dealing with that. We're going this way. So it's coming up behind us, and I turn around and I blow the horn again, and it just like falls asleep. And then we just all walked away. We
Yeah.
said, fuck it, we're leaving.
Nice. Nice. Cool.
I rolled a 4 on its freaking saving throw.
It wasn't doing shit. We were all dead if it didn't go to sleep, by the way. We were all fucking dead. You would have been getting an email. Raven, the game is over. Fucking Justin.
Because it literally would have breathed 150 points of damage to everybody in the room.
And nobody's powerful enough to surround
And
that.
if you saved, you'd still take 75.
Yeah, and nobody's. It would have been. Who wants to play the yellow dragon next session? Everyone else can stay home.
The only one who might have stood a chance would have been the Hobbit with his 80 hit points, but he'd be staring down a dragon with 5 hit points.
Oh God. Yeah.
That's if.
That's not
if.
going to end well. Mm-mm.
No, and literally any other breath weapon would have done.
Nothing.
The dragon's called a hell dragon or a sun dragon. It's
Yeah.
literally just made out of freaking fire. Okay, so you hit him with a cone of cold, you freeze him up. Okay, he's still probably got 100 hit points left, and he's like, "Okay, well, fuck you."
And I could only do that was my last use of that horn for the day, so I couldn't do it again. Because you use it 3 times per day.
And then coming from the opposite end of the dungeon was two more dragons, all three dragons, all converging on the party as they're fighting a freaking giant green freaking spider made out of green fire and a bunch of other
God.
shit.
So I got a quick question. Who named it the Dragon's Throat Horn?
David A. Hargrave.
Yeah.
Oh, because that sounds like the name of a dragon of a shadow production. The Dragon's Throat Horn.
yeah.
I was wondering when someone was going to hit the deep throat reference.
Dragon's Throat. It's Shadow and 5 of his friends go to China to make gay porn. Oh,
So gross, so fucking gross. But yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, it is.
And they managed to use the portal to get the frick out of Dodge.
Oh, Justin's just all powerful now. He's probably going to set himself up as emperor or something.
Just
Pretty
until
soon,
he
isn't he?
realizes that where that breath weapon comes from is when he blows the horn, he's deep throating the spirit of a dragon, and it's releasing breath weapon for him in exchange.
Yeah. I'm not. I've never worked for Shadow, and I will never work for Shadow.
I don't know, man. $20 is $20 or so, I'm told.
For a weak-willed loser, I need at least 20, $25.
That could be arranged.
No, can't. You don't got that kind of money. You barely got $20. You're the kind of guy that will suck a dick for $20. You don't got no $25.
What is wrong with you? Do you hear that?
Wait. That means Shadow just has to suck 2 dicks. Fuck. we know he's more than willing to do that.
Chewie, come bite him in the ass. Come on, up. Come on, you big lazy old man. Hello, sweetie. You poor thing is freezing out here. Yes, you're a good boy.
Don't look at my face.
You need a haircut. You want a haircut? Nice haircut?
Chewy, bath.
Oh, don't do
Bath,
that.
Chewy, bath.
That traumatizes him. That's not fair.
He bites.
Yeah.
He does. I still have a freaking hole in my finger that's like more than a millimeter deep, perfectly little round hole on my pinky finger from him.
Yeah, I saw it.
Little bastard.
Fuck. Okay, so we got 18 minutes to fill up here. You guys come up with some shit.
What do you guys think? Oh, talking about games still. The Hobbit game I'm working on. I'm thinking about adding a 2-part weapon. A ham large enough for a halfling to wield as a weapon, as well as eat as a snack in battle.
Yeah, you most definitely can whack someone over the head with a ham or ham bone.
I'm just wondering though, unless it's frozen, it's just going to be soft and squishy, right?
It's a joke game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I
it's not
suppose
about
you
killing
could
the
take,
person.
Like, kobold or something.
It's not about killing people, Shadow. There's no dragon throats going on here.
Oh, it's okay.
The only thing you're able to kill is non-hobbit halfling creatures. Doesn't apply to halflings. Anything non-halfling you can actually kill, but everything halfling can't die unless it starves to death. But I don't say it starves to death directly. I'd say if you go with that, basically, if you go without food for 3 or more days,
minutes.
you starve to death. You make new characters. What I say.
3 or 4 days is too long, man.
Yeah, it's
like
got to
half a
be
day.
like
12 hours.
Oh no!
Like
Well,
three consecutive meals
3
in a day.
You eat no. Justin has already seen the schedule. If he's looked at it, he's seen.
Yeah,
the schedule
there's like 8 meals. Yeah, I agree with Shadow. If you miss 3 consecutive meals in a day, you gotta create a new character.
Oh no! Well, the way I've worked is so you don't die instantly. You miss 1 meal, you start accruing hunger points, and you start losing stats. If all your stats go to 0, you lapse into a coma. And if you don't get woken up in that coma from 3 days, make a new character. But with that
Okay,
said, if you hold on, let me finish. The hunger points come in that if you, for every hour past you not eating a meal and you accrue a hunger point, you have to eat that many meals in a sitting for hunger points you've accrued.
You gotta
you're
eat
making
that
me
much
hungry,
food.
man.
Yeah.
So I got to ask, did you check out Board of the Rings?
Not yet.
No.
Just read the first page and tell me you don't want to read more.
Board of
The
the
intro
Rings.
page, just read that, and if you're
Did
not
you
like,
send it to me?
it's in the Discord somewhere.
Somewhere. Shadow, that's like saying, hey, go look for a drop of water in the ocean, but not any drop. This one drop.
Yeah.
Let me see. Is it in this one?
This is why I create specialized rooms for this stuff, man.
It might be in the appendix N section or nine, but I know
Did he freeze?
Yes,
You got
someone
lost.
else actually posted. Where's the? Okay,
Just
it's
so you know,
not
Shadow,
in
the angle and the
the
reflection on your finger made it
appendix
look like you had
N.
suction cups on your hand.
That's weird.
Daisy.
I mean, I see what he means, but when he opens up Discord, he's just
I'll take a look at it later.
What?
I don't know why it only does that for Discord too, because I can go to other places, but Discord.
Oh, shit. I just realized you guys said you go without eating for 12 hours and you pretty much die. Well, you're not totally wrong. I made it so your max stat can be 11. So in 11 hours, because all your stats drop, period. So once you're out at 0 for all of them, the longest you got is 11 hours and then you pass out from hunger.
Okay. Okay, that works.
You guys are making me
I didn't
hungry.
I didn't even realize that until I reread what I wrote down there. It's like, holy shit, yeah, that's pretty much spot on with what Justin the Shadow suggested. That's funny. Yeah, I didn't want you to instantly die because this is supposed to be meant as a party game, so people have. Oh, I also added fragrant instead of smelling salts or something special. You resurrect people if they've been knocked out with fragrant fruit.
Beef bouillon cubes.
Fragrant food, garlic bread. Well, beef bouillon's pretty fragrant. Limburger cheese.
Ooh.
As long as it's resurrect somebody with it.
Okay. And then they immediately try eating it.
Oh no, you actually have to feed it to them. That's part of the resurrection. You let them smell it, then you shove it in their mouth.
Yeah. And you got to roll a dex check because they might take a finger off with it.
Yeah, I might actually have to do that.
Oh, this sounds good. I can't wait until you're done, bro. We're gonna run it. We're gonna do like a special Wednesday show or something.
Yeah.
Raven won't be here for that. She'll be like, "What am I doing? What do I need to roll?"
No.
It's a D6, Raven. It's D6.
Yep.
Well, you broke up there. Yes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Shadow, are you okay?
Yeah, I was just looking on YouTube. There is a playlist, but I don't know if it's
Complete.
well, no, I don't know if it's a because it's got a picture that looks like it might be a live action, video skit kind of thing. And I know that's not what I
Get off
looked
the computer.
found earlier.
Get off the computer.
It's probably in my Discord somewhere because it's not. Well, it's not. It's not in the
Reckless.
appendix N. That's the only one I looked at before I started having issues.
Okay.
I know it's out there, and the book is like 120 pages, so it can't be very long. But
That's the dog movie. That's first episode of it. Read.
And believe it or not, I actually read Board of the Rings before I read anything by Tolkien.
Good man.
So my first couple of reads through Tolkien, I was mentally going back to Lord of the Rings, you know, like Gollum. Gollum's name was Goddamn. Frodo was Frito. Bilbo was Dildo Bugger. Um, Gandalf was Good Guff. Aragorn was Arrowroot, son of Arrow Shirt. Um, just stupid, silly shit like that. Uh, when Bilbo and Gollum are down, doing the riddle of the ring, and Bilbo says, what have I got in my pocket? And Gollum couldn't figure it out. Bilbo pulled out a 357 and shot him.
Good man.
That's no. I have only seen this one scene from Ralph Bakshi's Wizards, but I'm pretty sure it's the best scene in the movie, where the wizard is talking to the main wizard leader of the good guys is talking to the main bad guy, and he just pulls out a gun and just shoots him. I got this magic, yank, bang, bang, bang.
That's actually I think there's a miniature of that scene. There's also a miniature of a wizard like pointing, but he's holding like I want to say like a broadsword behind him. He's like, do what I say, or I'm going to hit you with the sword. There were some really great comical miniatures back in the day. Grenadier Models made a set of miniatures called Comedy Lords, and the half elf miniature is literally just half an elf.
I'd love to have some of those pictures.
It's not a cheap set, but during the spring and summertime, if you look around, you might be able to find it for $50-$60 for the 10 minis. Just 'cause they're freaking funny as shit. That they never took, back in the old days, they never took it too seriously, but they didn't take it to some of the ridiculous levels. So we see some things today where it's not funny for the right reasons. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You're laughing at it, not with it. And I don't want to be part of that,
Yeah.
If it's not really funny, by normal standards, let's say, what's the point? I don't, I don't think anybody likes being laughed at, with malice, and that's there's a lot of that.
What do you mean? You like it? I make fun of you with malice all the time for making me see a fucking guy whacking off.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding? It's not the first time you've seen a guy whacking off.
Sadly, that's true.
So, just saying, it's not like I put a gun to your head and said, watch, and got the Clockwork Orange freaking eye popper things,
Yeah.
You can't close your eyes.
But it's funnier to make fun of you for it.
The fact that when you do close your eyes, that's the first thing you see. That's pretty funny. I can live with that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
You got anything going on this week? Anything exciting, fun, new, interesting?
I've got to start my revisions for draft 2 on my book.
Okay.
I've been putting that off for a week. I know there's some stuff there. Raven, have you read my Degeneracy?
No, I haven't.
It's first draft is completed.
Okay. I will check it out.
And you're still not done your second paragraph, and you've only got 4 days.
I know.
That's what I'll be doing this afternoon and evening.
Yeah.
And the rest of the week, I still have about
4
10 to
days.
15 pages to work my way through, just on the first draft.
Now, I put a challenge down to TCG, right? TCG, bro. I think you could write a degenerate story in the next 4 days and beat Raven.
Just make it about hobbits.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude. If you can find the PDF or the audio or whatever of the very first page of Lord of the Rings, you're
Oh,
set.
that's not hard. That's in the group chat for the show.
Oh, is that what it
fucking-
was? Was a PDF? I thought it was the audio.
No. The audio, the video. It's a YouTube video for like the first act or whatever.
Well, because
that,
there's like
George put up there.
okay, that's what I was referring to. Then there's in the book. There's like how they have sometimes they have a page in the book for like the first page. It tells you what you're going to read about.
Yeah.
Like it's like a page from somewhere deeper in the book. Well, that first page isn't in the book.
It's
None of that
just-
shit happens, but you wish it would.
Okay.
Because it's hysterical and pervy and just it's fucking sheer gold. I made Jackie read it when he was younger, and it scarred him for life.
Okay. I'm just saying there are a lot of free ebooks on Amazon, especially in the genre. You just like go to books, romance, cheapest, and then like type in search a word like I don't know, cum or something. Just look. Just make sure you're getting like the free ebook, and then they have an e-reader. If you need it to be cracked so you can like listen to it, I'll walk you through that later. But yeah,
Just be careful.
yeah, just don't buy
It's
anything.
fine.
That's all I'm saying. Just don't buy anything. And
Unless
make sure
it's-
it's your
unless it's
Amazon
good
account,
things.
not one your parents have access to.
Shit, right?
Uh,
Just look for anything under the name Maya de Hertz.
Maya D. Hertz has not released any books yet, but I'm planning by February to have at least 1 or 2 titles out. Maya D. Hertz will be releasing her first book in the next 3 months.
Is that your
Guaranteed.
handle, Maya?
Yeah, Maya D. Hertz.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the joke, Raven?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Do you?
Yeah. I think so.
Do you?
Oh.
Do you want to
Maybe not.
explain it to her, Shadow?
No. Just no.
Sorry. Condor or Falcon or whatever the fuck you're going by.
Huh?
Hawk. Was it Hawk? I can't remember. It's Hawk.
Which is funny because I did actually have a traveler character that got the nickname Condor back in the day, and I have no idea. This was like 40 years ago. I don't know why the player came up with that. I think it's a reference to some other fictional character. But yeah, no, not using Condor. No.
Yeah. Shadow is jokingly going to start re-releasing segments from your radio show on YouTube under his own handle until you fucking start making YouTube videos, Raven. So he's going to get all the credit for your hard work, and then when you finally come out and put them out there, you're going to be called a plagiarist for ripping off Hawk.
Hawk. That's my totem animal. How dare you take my hawk?
It wasn't my idea. It was his.
Yeah.
I'm just running with it because I needed
when
a
I hear
bird.
Hawk, all I get to think is Hawk the Slayer.
Well, yeah, okay. Fine. Okay. Still have my little YouTube video out there. Great. So while I'm sitting here freezing my fucking ass off because I can't get heat to stay in the house, that'll just be satisfactory. That'll warm me up from the inside out. All right, keep me warm this winter.
Well, sometimes one finds motivation in the most unlikely of sources.
Yeah.
Just let the anger flow. Let it flow. Um,
But focus
What?
the flow of anger into the wheel of motivation.
and the
And when
woo is the woo.
motivation drives retribution, and retribution is the fuel for vengeance, and vengeance gets shit done, I guess. I don't know.
I ripped all the trim off the door frame.
Well, that's the
crowbar.
reverse of keeping heat in, Raven.
No, but the door won't shut. It's warped. And I can't get the hinges back in alignment. I beat the crap out of them with a sledgehammer and a crowbar, and they still won't budge. So I got to get the
that is
damn
a
door
very,
checked.
and people wonder why I compare Raven to a man. That was a very male solution to the problem.
No,
Beat
it
the
wasn't.
crap out of it and use a
Yeah,
No,
crowbar.
no,
beat
it
it into
wasn't.
submission. That's right.
No, it wasn't.
When all else fails.
A man would pull out a screwdriver, remove the fucking hinges,
Oh,
and
but
see
they're
why they're
rusted
not
shut. I tried that.
No,
Can't do it.
talking about a man with brains. I'm talking about your common man.
That's most men.
I'm
Now,
going to
what
switch
you would
my
then
entry.
do is take
I'm going to
those
switch my
rusted
entry
hinges
on the
and put them
pool of
into
how
a
Raven
pot
meets her
with.
end.
I can't get the hinges off. How am I going to put them in a pot?
And boil them so the rust breaks
Yeah,
down.
I use Coca-Cola for that, or I can even use some WD-40, but I can't get the hinges
You
out.
can use actual just water.
You can't put them in a pot when they're still stuck in the wall.
You just put the wall in the pot.
Exactly. Like a man would.
I'm changing my entry on the pool on how Raven meets her end. She's going to use the sledgehammer, and the entire building is going to collapse.
Yeah, but a cat will still be involved. Like she'll be swinging and like go to hit the thing properly, and the cat will run and hit her leg, and she'll hit the support beam to the living room or whatever.
So you're taking bets on how I meet my demise.
No, I just
Yeah.
made that shit up right now.
No, we actually had that pool already going. Shout
Did
out.
we?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, so Raven has her own Deadpool.
Oh, that's lovely. Thanks so much, guys.
Mine was eaten alive by cats, and it's still eaten
Everybody's
alive
was
by,
eaten by
cats.
It was just the date that was in question. Shut up. We're going to send some cats over. Raven's going to send some cats over and play with you.
Yeah, you don't want that. There's too many of them.
I'll open up a box and there'll be like 18 kittens.
Fuck kittens. They'll be fully grown cats. And
no,
she won't
kittens
even
are-
notice. She won't even notice any are gone because she didn't send the box. Just one of the raccoons did. The raccoons found a box, dragged it to her place, threw 18 cats in it.
Slapped the shipping label on it. Jumped up to the computer, scheduled a pickup, charged a credit card. Next thing you know, USPS is banging on the door. She's not home. The raccoon just shoves the box out the door. We take the box. Next thing I know, I've got a freaking army of cats.
Yeah.
I got enough problems with ants. I bought myself a fruitcake.
Oh.
No, you didn't.
I did, and guess who got it?
You can still eat that. Just brush them off.
You like fruitcake?
Who doesn't?
doesn't?
Fruitcake is amazing.
Oh my
You
Don't
god!
want,
the
you just
best
don't want to let it
nerds.
sit and dry out because
Oh
it's
my
like
god!
Oh
it's
no,
like a
it's
McDonald's French fry at that point.
It's
You can use it as a weapon.
okay. What you do is you take your slice, you cut it with the turkey, the electric turkey cutter, because it's the only thing that'll go through that fucking thing, and you put it sideways on a saucer that's got a good dish to it, and you just soak it in bourbon and wait 20 minutes. It's gotta be like a finger thick of bourbon in the plate. So it's
Or two. Okay.
No, Raven, not two, just one, maybe half of one. 2 millimeters, 3 at the most. You don't need that much. You fucking lush. This is why the cats are gonna eat you alive. You're gonna down a bottle of bourbon one day, and they're gonna be like, "It's fruitcake, but made out of people." Okay, and then you let it soak that bourbon in TCG, and it won't be dry anymore, and it will be how fruitcake is supposed to taste,
Ah,
like a bottle of scotch or
Hmm.
bourbon. Sorry,
And
hey,
Skittles.
and give me a bourbon
Skittles.
and a shot of bourbon and a bourbon chaser. Yeah, yeah, get your damn bourbon.
Can I have some fruitcake with that? Oh, and it's best served with thoroughly alcoholic homemade eggnog.
Never had homemade eggnog.
I've never had
It's
it either.
easy to make. It's eggs and milk and a fuck ton of sugar and some ginger, not ginger,
None
And
of the cin-
vodka, right?
cinnamon, and no, there's no vodka in it. There's bourbon in it.
So
I didn't
Maybe
see any.
rum or
I
Kahlua.
didn't see any in my local grocery store, but I told myself I was going to get some eggnog this
No,
year.
no, trust me, make it. I'll find a recipe and send it to you.
send
It's
it to
like
me too.
it's super fucking easy.
Well, at this point, the only eggnog I really drink is alcoholic because I've been drinking eggnog buzz bombs. They are damn good.
Oh, I'm not gonna find it going through there. I'll have to just type it.
Raven knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Do I? What now?
Buzz balls.
Oh yeah, those buzz balls. Yep, those are cool.
My local gas station, I'm less than 2 miles from it. Local gas station sells occasionally, when they're not out, the eggnog buzz balls.
I've never seen the eggnog ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't give you like the most complex recipe for fucking eggnog.
No, give that to Shadow. I want to see how bad it is.
Yeah. This one's not bad. Hey, I'm John Canal. The John Canal recipe is supposed to be easy to make.
Anybody notice Shadow's got a second head on his chest?
No, I did not notice that. Let me go back over to the.
Second head on
yeah.
his chest. What?
He's wearing the Hungar shirt. He's wearing the
Oh.
wrong Hungar shirt. I'm gonna put it in the show chat.
Okay.
You know how to find that, Raven?
Yes.
As her phone goes off, we're like 7 minutes over. I was just thinking something. Yeah, did you see last night during the game when Off Grid was talking about his shirts? I posted the link for the Hungar on the couch shirt.
Yes, I did.
Everyone should buy our friend Hungar's shirt. Let me pull up a link to it and put it on the show here. I gotta find who I'm following. And go specifically to that shirt because you guys need to get the right Hungar shirt, not any Hungar shirt.
The right Hungar shirt, huh? You mean there's a left?
Yes, there's a left Hungar shirt. And you don't want to get the left Hungar shirt. You want to get the right Hungar shirt.
Okay.
That is this Hungar shirt. If you can see it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you create that?
Yes.
Of course you did.
I still say Justin needs to make a shirt where it's oh crap, what was it? Oh yeah. Oh crap! It was something like 5 women on one small dude, but it's all Hungar's face on the women's heads.
You're more than welcome to try that one out yourself, bro. Oh. Oh. System.
Is that your camera on, Raven, or did your image just die?
My image just died.
Oh, okay.
It does that. I don't know why.
Raven.
Yeah.
It's a little late now, but next year, hopefully you don't wait that long. During Cyber Monday, buy a new computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't got the money to. Her door doesn't close. She's worried. She's more worried about people robbing her right now.
No, I just want to stay warm. I'm so sick of being cold.
Yeah.
I need to buy another space heater today. I mean, I just got 2 space heaters to heat this whole place. And it's
What's
just
up,
not that
Nerdy?
much.
Welcome to the
Nerdy.
show as we're closing it down.
Yeah. Yeah, he showed up a while ago.
I work best under pressure, though. I'm the type of person who did their term paper the night before it was due. So I'll get some writing done.
Yeah. Raven. You gotta like plan out what you're doing. I'm trying to figure out how to remove this damn shirt from my archive pile. I don't know. Whatever. We're gonna wrap her up. It's been 11 after. It's been 2 hours, motherfuckers. Remember, everyone, Shadow makes gay porn, and that's all we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
Anything else is just coincidental. Okay. See you Wednesday on my show
Absolutely.
here.
Yep.
For the new people on Kick, I don't know how that thing is. If it's just live streams or it archives or anything like that, I don't think it does. But we do this 1 o'clock Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays Eastern Standard Time. And then over on YouTube, where we normally host, we see Shadow on his channel. It's written right there.
Shadow and Sun.
Right there, Shadow and Sun. Thursdays and Saturdays at 8 and 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, respectively. These two do stuff sometimes, I guess. I don't know.
You can find Raven McMahon over on 1-2 Radio.
No, you can't. I tried. There was nothing there.
Well, you got to be there Wednesday night.
Yeah, I tried on a Wednesday night. I had a lovely lady that had a picture of her and her dog on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I tried to get in to listen to that episode, and it wouldn't let me in.
But you can listen to it just at 12radio.com. Just
Yeah. I tried there. I tried on Facebook. I
But
tried both
to
of them.
enter the chat room, you have to click the third one down. It says chat.
No, I couldn't hear it.
You couldn't even hear it.
No.
Did you
And
get the little mini screen that's got the play and the pause buttons?
Yeah, and I hit play, and
That's weird.
Said you were alive.
We had a that particular show. I know we got on it late because we had a tech problem. Couldn't hear my mic at all. So if you were tuning in right at the top of the hour, or even 5 after, you probably heard nothing.
No. I was like 40 minutes late or whatever, half hour late, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, but nonetheless, you need to set up YouTube and simul stream 1, 2, and here at the same time.
That's the plan.
Yeah, because this thing here, Restream, who is our unwilling sponsor.
We're still working on that Taco Bell sponsorship.
Yeah, once we get that Taco Bell sponsorship, you guys are gonna be fucked because we're gonna be eating that red sauce all the time. Those little red packets. I'm just like, put one right here on the hat, and then I guess have a taco every now and then too.
I'm only sponsoring Taco Bell if I'm getting fed multiple times a week.
Our show sponsorship doesn't care. You don't get paid by us. You are a frequent reoccurring guest, not staff. Okay, we're definitely going to wrap up now, everyone. Bye.